You asked me to sign
sure.
Yeah. Who's Susan?
Some fan has everybody signing something for Susan on a piece of paper. Like, what is she going to do with that?
Yeah, what is that?
I can understand a picture or something. It looks a little nice.
Scroll it up and cram it in her
just a piece of paper with a lot of photographs on it.
Nice.
When I was at Bonnaroo. Jim, you and I were in Bonnaroo. And in Bonnaroo, there's always these hippie girls.
Yeah, man.
Nice, right?
The common attire is a bikini top and cutoff shorts.
Uh-huh.
And they're just laying in the middle of the grass, like 19-year-old girls, just stoned and usually passed out, with their legs spread open.
Wow. And
their bush showing through their shorts.
How about that?
But I'm a father, and I look at that and I'm like, fucking irresponsible cunt. What are you doing? Like, this country got 2 wars in an economy. Splash some water on your face. Go back to school. But every time I saw a girl like that, I wanted to write a little note that says, roll up a note and put it in her vagina. And then she pulls it out and it says, "This could have been a penis, you idiots." I could have raped you. You wouldn't have woken up, you moron.
You love being a father, but does it bother you to have daughters?
Not in the same way it does most guys. I mean, I feel a more heavy responsibility to raise them well.
Right, you want to make sure you really do a good job.
Yeah.
Well, the running gag is always, that's why she's got the daddy issues. That's why she's up on the pole. You know,
Well, I don't look at it that way. Like, to me, that's what every guy... A lot of fathers think that failure means that she ever touched a penis. Yeah. That she's a whore, and so they run... any child or person in the world is going to run to sex. It's just an instinct. It's how you survive. So if you get between a child and sex, they're going to find an end run around you through shame and disgrace. The quickest line from a person to sex is a happiness and pride and joy and if you get into between that, they're making them take that end run. Go through shame and disgust and self-hate and Jimmy getting shit on.
Your success as a stripper is my failure as a father.
Your success. Even though it's bringing in a nice coin right now. Even though it's paying for my retirement.
Yes.
So I don't have this thing of I mean, a lot of fathers have that thing of I don't want her ever, I knew a guy who he bought his daughter a BMW because he wanted her to have a nicer car than the guys in her school.
I see what he's going for.
Yeah, because he just doesn't went on because he's got this
I'm not going to piece of shit.
But now the dude is driving the nice car.
Yeah, he's driving her nice car while she's blowing him.
You just made it even easier for the guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the way I look at it is and also you're doing the opposite. You're making the girl have a high threshold of what she needs. She's gonna need a guy with a BMW. If you raise a girl with some confidence and and you give her some bedrock, you send her out into the world feeling like she can do whatever she wants and give her some
She's still going to get her face and ass fucked.
Yes, she is. She is, Jimmy. She's going to, but she's going to do it on her terms. She's going to grab that dick by the base and go, I want to suck this right now. That should be your goal as a father. That your daughter only sucks the dick that she thinks is delicious. She sees the smelly, shriveled dick of a rich guy like you and says, I could take it or leave it. I got my own. I've set myself up.
Yeah.
I know I can get myself a job and take care of myself. I'm only going to viciously suck dicks that I want to. I'm only going to let guys who are quality guys fuck me hard in the ass while pulling my hair and choking.
What's your worst fear having daughters though as they get older?
Yo, man, I'm a fan of your shit. Your daughter's my girl.
Yeah. My biggest fear. Just that there's nuclear apocalypse and they're just on a pile of debris.
Just all right.
No,
lost in the sauce.
I have horrible fears as a father. Horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
not the horrific stuff. I'm just saying.
Well, those are the ones you have. Those are the ones you have. Is there's horrible things that can happen to them in this world. I can't believe.
So you better not see the movie Taken.
Yeah, I would never. Yes. That kind of shit is just so manipulative to me. It's like
really
so easy. It's easy button to push with a parent. But to me, if the is, if the idea that my kids are going to go to school by themselves, even, that I'm going to open the door and say, see you later, have a good walk to school. That's unconscionable. Unconscionable. I don't see that day. I can't live it in my head.
Wow, that's fucked up.
A day that they leave without, and I did it every day from 2nd grade. I used to walk to school alone.
Walk to school alone, just like, hey, I'm going out. You hop on your bicycle and just fucking tear out somewhere. And you wouldn't even come home for hours, and then you come home and your mom's just like, oh, back. You like, weren't even thinking about where you were or anything.
But I think you're lucky because nowadays everyone has a cell phone. Like, when we grew up, you just were out that front door on your own until you came back. Now you can at least, check on them a little bit.
I guess so. I don't know.
Maybe they don't want that, though. So you got to figure out how that's kind of cool without... being overbearing, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the whole cell phone thing of people being always accessible, it's all just very weird. I don't know how to be a parent in that environment. I don't know how to be one without it. I wasn't a parent in the 70s.
Sure.
But I was a kid in the 70s, so I had the relationship that way.
A lot of freedom.
I don't know how this shit's going to work. I am scared of it.
Tim from Columbus, what's Louis' biggest fear as his daughters grow older? One word. Anthony.
No.
Listen, if my daughters grow up, and again, they have a whole life that they can sustain on their own, and they meet a guy like Anthony, and they find it might be fun to roll in the hay with that pig. I hope they get what they want out of this situation.
Wow. Nice. His rich skinny fingers.
His little bizarre mustache up against their cooch.
Yes.
Exactly.
Leaving the house alone, though. Wow.
That's what scares me. But then I don't think about them in the other term. They're going to be grown. They're going to be adults. It's no longer going to be any of my business what they do with that.
Right.
Wow.
But until then, it's got to be just a nightmare.
The only thing that I think about, is just them. I worry about that, and I think about it sometimes irrationally. You can't help it. About them getting hurt or something.
Too much fucking turmoil.
It's a dangerous world.
Too much worry. Too much fucking... I don't even know how or why you have kids. I don't know. Not you personally. I'm talking to everybody in the world, plus you.
It's a lot of
It's
fear.
like, why the fuck, and then your whole life is like, now I got to worry about... I'd rather just worry about me and make sure I fucking make it through life.
It's a lot easier just to worry about yourself. Now that now that I'm married, it's like, holy shit, I got to, this is weird. I actually really have to worry about someone now. Not the fake worry, like, oh, that sucks, but then you move on with your life. It's like, wow, I really have more worry in my life.
Well, and in a way, though, it's
and then you had kids to that. That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, when you have kids, too, that kind of does a give and take, though, because I don't worry about myself anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I don't care about what happens to me. It's not important. Only in terms of them. Like, every time I have thoughts of suicide, don't worry, I'm fine. But every time, it happens to everybody, I go, oh, I'd like to just fucking cash out right now. I don't need this anymore. My first thought is, I can't do it. I got the kids. I can't do it. So I don't think in terms of my own happiness anymore. I just think about their like, there's some parents, and I think it is actually good that my only worry is the ghoulish fears of, like, the random things that could happen.
Yeah.
Because some parents are like they answer that question, what's your biggest fear? That they'll forget who I am and not love me when I'm, fuck you,
Fuck you.
Gives a shit. Most parents are very narcissistic about that they'll know that I love them. And like in The Wrestler, which I really loved, but when he says to his daughter, I just don't want you to hate me. Fuck you. Let her hate you. If that's going to make her healthy, who gives a shit?
Right.
It's not about you.
Stop with the guilt.
Yeah, you fucked somebody and had a child.
Right.
Now your responsibility has shifted to them.
Yeah.
You don't longer have right to be selfish.
Oh, wow.
That was a good movie. Did you see The Wrestler?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Speaking of movies, we got Polo out there.
Oh, that's right.